again, cliche, but we just use the puzzle, and I think, all those things that you're talking about are pieces to the puzzle. And they can be good. I mean, there are a lot of times, we'll look, and a student athlete will email myself, an assistant, and all three assistants. And, I may look at it and kind of go, I don't know. And, my assistant may come back and go, hey, did you see this? And oftentimes it's no, and or vice versa. Again, of like something that stands out to me. And so I think a couple things for me is just trying to separate yourself, right? Is there something that you really, really do well? If you're a catcher and can really, really catch and throw, a pop time of 1.9, but then followed with good video going, oh, okay, I could see that. I think being really smart with some of those things. Sometimes you'll see a pop time of 1.73. It's like Pudge didn't have a 1.73, but so I think those things are important. But everything, your run times, you for us the GPA, just all of that information can be really valuable. But again, I think Cope said it the best is that it has to be good data, right? It has to be again, if you're going to put on there, it's you run a 6.3 when you come to camp, right? You can't run a 6.9, right? And I think that those are some of the things that unfortunately all of us have those stories. So I think just being smart with it. I'm scared to say the more information, the better, but try to highlight what you do well and make sure that stands out.
As a coach and as an athlete, you have to realize that, like, tell your story, be transparent. Don't try to fudge things to try to impress somebody, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up falling flat on your face. But if the narrative's right and the match is good, we're going to continue to pursue that. So I think that's the big part about it. Seeing some of that stuff, I'll tell you what does really intrigue me is when I'll read an email from a kid and it's like, Coach, I want an opportunity. And I open up his video and it's him hitting by himself off a tee on a beat up field with his cell phone leaned up against his cooler or his backpack or something. I'm like, you know what? This kid's got a little hunger to him. He went out there by himself, didn't have access to maybe a skill show or a playing school or a $600 showcase. But he took it upon himself. He heard that he needed video and he did it, and he's sending it out and says he wants an opportunity. It's worth another look. Right. And I think that even if he may not qualify for the level of some of the other guys, I'm pretty certain, and they could probably pick out specific examples, that when they hear about a kid or see about a kid or they get an email from another coach that they know about an individual like that, they're going to pass it along to others, that it might be a good fit for, and that's something that I think is really cool about any coaching community, but especially the baseball one. Just show that hunger, show that you want it, and not that you're just they're going through the motions.
I think Nelson's hinting at a really important topic there. And if we could just spend another minute or two on this, we're all agreeing that the quality of our game is going to get better and better. And I mentioned the supply demand issue earlier, right? Same supply and less demand, and it's going to really hurt the players. Well, we have underrepresented people in our game. We're looking at fewer than, I believe, 7% of the population is African American. The Latino population, the Asian American population in our sport. We've got some major issues there in our sport. It's not representative of the rest of the country. And it's something we talk a lot about at Vassar. I wish our sport talked about it more. And I think for all of our coaches at the college level, the high school level, the club teams, we have to be intentional and really work together to provide opportunities for all people. And I think Nelson's point there was great, right? Like the hungry kid that is doing whatever he can on that empty field. But sometimes it's going to take a travel coach or someone to kind of help them get to that position. And then it's going to take coaches like us to say, geez, we have all this quality, but maybe we need to take a chance on this kid because they're a little bit different. And I just think, here we have a platform talking to all of you, and we have a bunch of coaches on this call. We need to be intentional as a sport, and I think we're behind in that regard compared to some other sports right now. So I know that wasn't in the deck, but I just felt that's something we really needed to hit on.